Every single week, myself and our other dynamic training coaches, we work with hundreds of athletes. And I would say over half of those athletes are soccer players. Some of them at the youth level, 9 to 13, and some of them all the way at the collegiate level. We've been blessed to have a lot of soccer players commit to continue to play at the college level. And what I can tell you is, as a speed and agility coach, as someone that focuses on athletic performance, as someone that sees what works and what doesn't, soccer players, if you want to be elite, please listen to me. Do not focus on having high mileage. Don't worry about going out and doing 5 to 8 mile runs. I'm not saying that's not important to have a good stamina and have a good cardiovascular system, but what I'm saying is every college recruiter and every coach says, are they fast and are they explosive? What separates good soccer players from elite soccer players? Are they fast and are they explosive? Yes, it's important to have all the other aspects. I'm not saying skill doesn't matter. I'm not saying IQ doesn't matter. But as an athlete on the soccer field, you want to be next level, focus on speed, focus on being fast and being as explosive as possible. If you're looking to get a little bit faster and you're not somebody that can come to us and see us in person, feel free, check out our online 6-week speed and agility course. Link's going to be in the description below. So, now that you know my opinion and what I think you should do, and if you're in agreement and you're like, hey, okay, coach, so how do we do it? All right, what are the steps? I hear you, be fast, be explosive. How do I do it? There's a couple things that I'd like for you to focus on, okay? And number one is actually not a drill. The number one thing I want you to think about and focus on in your training as a soccer player that wants to be next level is stop trying to do things as fast as possible with the least amount of rest as possible. Okay, if you want to improve your top level speed, that 100% marker, your miles per hour, all right, you have to focus on recovering and giving 100% effort and having a crazy high output. I've been talking about that with my athletes a lot lately. You want to increase your speed, focus on your output and your intensity. What we don't want to see is a 100% sprint and then all of a sudden an 80% sprint and then a 70% sprint and then a 60% sprint because you just keep going and going and going. Okay, what we would rather see is a 100% sprint, rest and recover. 100% sprint, rest and recover. And this is one of the hardest things for my soccer players to grasp is stop, take a breath, relax and recover so that you can give me another 100% rep because that's how we're going to improve our top end speed. As soccer players, you're going. You know, in a game, you're never just standing around and stopping like certain sports like football and other sports. But that is the only way we're going to actually work on our ability to be fast and explosive is having a high level output in our training. So if you're jumping, if you're working on agility, if you're sprinting, if you're working on being as explosive and powerful as possible, make sure that you're allowing yourself a proper amount of recovery time before you continue rep after rep after rep. And that is going to be the hugest and most important key that I can tell you that you can take into any drill that you do. All right, so now that we know how we should train, now it's all about what should we do, right? That's the biggest question. So for me personally, I love plyometrics. Low-level plyos, big explosive jumps, broad jumps, high jumps, quick jumps. All right, plyometrics is a huge component of becoming a more explosive and faster athlete. Number two is going to be resistance training, okay? Working on your ability to be powerful and to push the ground away from you. A lot of us run on top of the ground, and when we want to actually be in that drive phase in our acceleration, those first 3 to 4 steps have to be powerful, and we have to focus on pushing the ground away from us. So resistance training, banded training is one of the best exercises that you can do to help your acceleration and that drive phase to help you get up and go faster. Most of us as athletes, once we're moving, we're actually pretty fast. But the key to being an elite is being able to pick up speed quickly. And the last thing that I would say really correlates with the first thing I said, which is 100% effort, max level sprints. Okay, if you want to get faster, you have to sprint. There's no way around it. Even if you do all the mechanical work in the world, all the plyometrics, if you want to get faster, you have to go out and sprint at maximum effort. So go out, give yourself 20-yard sprints, fully recover, 30-yard sprints, fully recover, 40-yard sprints, fully recover. Okay, you got to go out and run, and you got to go out and run at 100% effort if you want to get faster. All right. So big 3 keys. I love plyos. I love banded resistance acceleration starts and runs. And at the end of the day, you got to open up and you got to go. If you want to get faster, focus on your speed, focus on acceleration, focus on top end speed. Let the endurance handle itself. Soccer players, you run a lot already. Okay. Be fast, be explosive. I hope this video helps you guys out. Much love.